Now there was a time when you loved me so.
Welcome to Radio Bravery Live. I'm your host, Justin Bellshaw. Please subscribe today, youtube.com/RadioBravery. And there's only one real question to ask. How do you like me now? How do you like me now? Welcome to Radio Bravery Live. This is Justin Bellshaw, youtube.com/RadioBravery, facebook.com/RadioBravery. Find me on Twitter and Instagram at Radio Bravery, and the beta site is radiobravery.wixsite.com/news. We have a cram-packed show today. Tons of news. I have to apologize. I didn't get to do a show yesterday. I was busy doing Christmas shopping and whatnot. Last minute stuff to put together there. But that's why we were double up today. We've got a ton of news to cover, ton of headlines as we follow the headlines, because knowledge is power here at Radio Bravery Live. Get your head out of the sand, folks. Why don't you educate yourself? Knowledge is power. Think for yourself. Do your own research. Don't trust me. Trust your gut. I'm Justin Bellshaw. This is Radio Bravery Live, and that's the heavy bringing us in with How Do You Like Me? Well, I like me now, and I hope you do as well. youtube.com/RadioBravery. Again, this is Radio Bravery Live. Let's go ahead and jump into some of the headlines. I'm going to start the show off today with a quote from Henry Kissinger from 1992 at the infamous secret Bilderberg meetings. This is a quote from Evian, France. Henry Kissinger was talking about something that really starts to hit home today. As UN vehicles have been spotted in Chicago. I covered that on my report 2 days ago, or the day before yesterday at least, at youtube.com/RadioBravery. You can check that out. It was entitled UN Troops Coming to a City Near You, as Matt Dubio has spotted UN vehicles in Chicago after one of the county commissioners went to New York to meet with UN officials to try and get UN troops on the ground in Chicago because of the incredible gun violence that is going on, because they removed the guns from all the people there. So guess what happens when you don't have the right to protect yourself or protect your own citizens? The society starts to crumble and disintegrate right in front of you. So like I always say, like Alex Jones said, Hitler took the guns, Stalin took the guns, Mao took the guns, Fidel Castro took the guns, Hugo Chavez took the guns. Look at all those societies, folks. They didn't go so well. So why are we allowing anybody to take our guns now? And why would we ever allow UN foreign troops on the streets of America? It is beyond me. youtube.com/RadioBravery. Please subscribe today. We now have 22 subscribers. 2 in the past week. We are just exploding. But seriously, please subscribe today. I'm trying to get monetized. I'm trying to get bigger and be able to live stream from my phone anytime I want. I was down at the Resist Trump Tuesday last Tuesday, and I spoke to one of Ron Wyden's spokeswomen who was unable and totally triggered by my questions, unable to answer any questions about Sergio Martinez, who raped a 66-year-old woman in Portland, tied her up and raped her in her own car, and he was deported 20 times, but they have nothing to say about that. They never could, they never will, because all they have is virtue signaling, not knowledge, information, research, anything like that. That's what I do. So here we are, Radio Bravery Live. Let's go ahead and jump to this quote from Henry Kissinger, because we have the Blaze now, blaze.com, theblaze.com. UN peacekeeping troops in Chicago might solve deadly violence in black community, official says. And this is a quote from Henry Kissinger from 1992, the infamous secret Bilderberg meetings in Evian, France, 1992. This is what he said, quote, "Today, Americans would be outraged if UN troops entered Los Angeles to restore order. Tomorrow, they will be grateful. This is especially true if they were told there was an outside threat from beyond, whether real or promulgated, that threatened our very existence. It is then that all peoples of the world will plead with world leaders to deliver them from this evil. The one thing every man fears is the unknown. When presented with this scenario, individual rights will be willingly relinquished for the guarantee of their well-being granted to them by their world government." Can you believe that quote, folks? I've been studying the Bilderberg Group for years now, and most people don't even know what that is. Most people don't even know that Henry Kissinger says things like that. But that's why I put the hashtag on every show I do, do your own research. Don't trust me, trust your gut. Think for yourself. Knowledge is power. Again, I'm just going to read the beginning of that quote one more time just so it sinks in, because we are now in the talks of accepting UN troops on the streets of America and giving up our independence. Today, Americans would be outraged if UN troops entered Los Angeles to restore order. Tomorrow, they will be grateful. This is especially true if they were told there was an outside threat from beyond, whether real or promulgated, that threatened our very existence. It is then that all peoples of the world will plead with world leaders to deliver them from evil. The one thing every man fears is the unknown. When presented with this scenario, individual rights will be willingly relinquished for the guarantee of their well-being granted to them by their world government. That is a quote by Henry Kissinger. You can find that at rents.com. And that is a quote that I'm bringing up because of the headline from theblaze.com. UN peacekeeping troops in Chicago might solve deadly violence in black community, official says. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely amazing. Do your own research, folks. Honestly, do your own research. So let's go ahead and jump to something that I thought was just extremely annoying that I had to cover because for some reason Vice.com, the failing organization, thinks that it is a good idea to start attacking nootropics and nutraceuticals that InfoWars Life makes, which are skyrocketing in sales. One of the biggest sales probably online you can find at all. You can find InfoWars Life supplements on like every Amazon page, almost every news page. They are extremely popular, and most of them are sold out all the time because they are extremely popular, and thanks to Vice and their idiot marketing, thinking that they can attack this, it just makes them bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. But this article right here from Vice.com is attacking Paul Joseph Watson, one of the best journalists out there online today. Why it's so funny that Paul Joseph Watson is flogging shonky brain pills. Why it's so funny that Vice thinks that this is going to actually work as a negative thing. It goes on to say, with Alex Jones's InfoWars brand becoming more and more popular among confused young men who want to believe that all non-whites are born criminals, what kind of ridiculous, defamatory statement is that? They're saying that anyone who likes InfoWars is a young man who wants to believe all non-whites are born criminals. Really? Well, I don't believe that, and I've never believed that in my entire life. So that's defamation, and they're probably going to be sued over this. I'm sure they are, because Alex Jones is in the process of suing anybody who thinks that they can just get away with absolute BS lies like this. Confused young men that want to believe that all non-whites are born criminals. It's easy to forget that it's still basically just a glorified prepper blog. Really, it's a glorified prepper blog that's been around for 22 years, that's only had 3 retractions in their 22 years, and breaks headlines and news almost every week. You mean like Mike Cernovich broke the story about John Conyers, one of the biggest stories of the year? Oh yeah, must be just a prepper blog. It's so absolutely ridiculous. Your misinformation vice is not working. You are completely failing, and we'll continue to watch you fall. It was never meant to be the place people got real news, rather a platform for screeching red-faced man with a perfect radio voice to talk about graphically how he's preparing for a certain apocalypse. Alex Jones has never once talked about an apocalypse happening and never will, because that's not a thing. He actually just talks about headlines, news, and facts, and every time you try to research him and prove him wrong, you can't! So go ahead and keep your stupid little disinformation going on. It doesn't work. But they go on to say, you wouldn't know his rising fame, blah, blah, blah. Oh, they talk about Alex Jones's custody battle and how his ex-wife, who tried to take his kids away, says, quote, he's really unhappy, disturbed person. Oh, okay, well, that's not bias at all, coming from someone who's divorcing a man and trying to take his children away and lost, and now Alex Jones has primary custody of his kids. Oh, but, you know, let's just change the subject and let's not talk about any of the news. Let's just talk about his divorce. Like, that even matters at all. Shut up, Vice. You are absolutely pathetic. It is so pathetic. This is what Vice is gonna talk about. They're trying to talk crap about Brain Force Plus, a nootropic, and the first thing is talking crap about Alex Jones. The second thing is talking crap about his divorce. Let's go to the third paragraph and see if it actually has anything about Brain Force. Whether due to the personal issues or not, Jones's puce mug is only peppered throughout the recent archive of his YouTube channel. It seems he leaves a lot of the journalism to the young bucks now. For instance, there's Owen Schroyer, also known as the Cuck Destroyer, because verbatim quote, I face these people in mass and I make them look like total cucks. Yeah, it's true. That's also a fact. Schroyer is, of course, no wallflower either, saying of his journalistic prowess, I have facts, I have points, I back myself up, I'm not afraid either. I'm not gonna back down because people are trying to intimidate me. Again, what's wrong with that quote? They don't even have anything to say in this article. These broadcasts mostly come in the form of live streams out on the beat in the eye of the storm. Yeah, and they are all completely, totally free. You can find them all at YouTube. You can find them all at Infowars.com/show. Always free. 10 hours a day, free, live, HD, streaming news, video, and special reports. But tell me one other organization that does that. Tell me one single other organization that has 10 hours a day, free HD video live streaming news. Oh, wait, there isn't one. Oh, but they must have something to gain. Oh, wait. No, it's free. Vice, are you eating your own words? Oh, wow, this is ridiculous. Oh, Paul Joseph Watson, another one of Jones's Infowars acolytes, the suicide truth bomber, is not seen outside very much or even at all. We've written about PJW a few times, yeah, all the time, because they're absolutely obsessed with him, because Vice is completely pathetic now, ever since Gavin McGinnis left, and he's generally only too happy to respond. Goes on to say, basically, that, let's see. Surely PJW's brain force must be good for something, no? Well, not according to supplement evaluation site's Diet in Review, which says brain force fails to establish itself as a quality nootropic supplement. They cut their one useful ingredient, Bacopa monieri, with cheap stimulants and sedatives that are neither considered healthy nor effective. Really? Where's the proof of that? These people are so pathetic. They just throw out accusations, and then you have BuzzFeed, who actually tested the Infowars supplements and found that, oh yeah, everything was true. Everything was true about the ingredients, and that they were off the charts levels of Bacopa monieri. Goes on to say Alex Jones and M4s both have extremely negative reputation within the science, medical, and business worlds. Really? Is that why they have 5 stars on almost all their products? Is that why Dr. Edward Group is the leading creator of all their supplements? Interesting. So anyway, basically they talk crap about Brain Force throughout this article and say that it is it fails to establish itself as a quality nootropic supplement. Really? Well, let's go to this. It also says that there's only one ingredient in the nootropic that's actually good for you. I don't know which ingredient that is they're talking about, but let's go ahead and go over the ingredients. Here's organicfacts.net, 9 amazing benefits of black pepper fruit extract. What is black pepper? Black pepper nutrition facts. It improves digestion, helps weight loss, helps skin care, provides respiratory relief, antibacterial quality, antioxidant potential, enhances bioavailability. Oh, it improves cognitive function. Piperine, one of the key components of black pepper, has been shown in numerous studies to reduce memory impairment and cognitive function. Chemical pathways in the brain appear to be stimulated by this organic compound, so early research demonstrates the possibility of pepper to benefit Alzheimer's patients and also those suffering from dementia and other age-related, free radical-related malfunctions in cognition. Also treats peptic ulcers, prevents asthma, and yeah, is black pepper good for you? Yes, it is. So that is one ingredient. Let's go to the next ingredient in Brain Force Plus. And by the way, all these ingredients are non-GMO certified and completely organic. 8 health benefits of yerba mate, backed by science. It has yerba mate extract powder. Yerba mate is a South American drink that's gaining popularity worldwide. Goes on to say rich in antioxidants and nutrients, can boost energy and improve mental focus, may enhance physical performance, and this is from healthline.com. Also says may protect against infections. Wow, must be really bad for you. Really bad. Oh, Vice.com, they're so smart. May help you lose weight and belly fat. May boost your immune system. Lowers blood sugar levels. Wow, yeah, may lower risk of heart disease. Yeah, these are all things that yerba mate does. So that is yerba mate leaf powder, another ingredient in Brain Force Plus. Let's go to the next ingredient in Brain Force Plus. Selfhack.com reports, this is about Bacopa monnieri, top 37 science-based health benefits of Bacopa monnieri, another ingredient in Brain Force Plus. It goes on to say it is an antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, reduces stress and anxiety, enhances memory, prevents heart disease, protects the brain, may help neurodegenerative conditions, including Huntington's, Parkinson's, and Alzheimer's. Bacopa improves ADHD and dyslexia, may help cognitive decline in schizophrenia, helps bronchitis and asthma, balances the immune system, is an anti-diabetic, is an antimicrobial, may help prevent cancer, promotes longevity, helps protect the gut, anti-fatigue, mild sedative, protects the liver, may help muscles, promotes hair growth, relieves pain and fever, helps with histamine intolerance, respiratory problems, and allergies, protects against cigarette smoke damage, protects the kidney, is good for skin health, reduces morphine dependence, increases thyroid hormones, reduces age-related problems in women, effective with snake bites, convulsions and epilepsy, and yeah, that's the 37 things that Bacopa monnieri helps with humans, and that is the third ingredient in Brain Force Plus. Now let's go to bodynutrition.org. Alpha GPC, the fourth ingredient in Brain Force Plus, goes on to say here, The benefits of alpha GPC. There are numerous benefits of using alpha GPC as a supplementary drug. More studies are required, though, in order to find evidence that supports the presumptions that are currently present about the drug. Alpha GPC is well known through multiple researches that claim it improves the cognitive ability of people who are struggling with Alzheimer's. It has an excellent therapeutic value with treating dementia. It's among top drugs that can be given to patients who recently had a stroke and helps improve the recovery period. Is regarded as an excellent oral supplement, ideally used to gain nootropic advantages. Many athletes have become interested in using alpha GPC to gain bodily advantages. It can have mild effect on the production of growth hormones, which are beneficial for an athlete. It interacts with scopolamine in a negative manner and increases the production of acetylcholine, while scopolamine inhibits the production of this chemical. It can easily absorb into the body when taken with dietary fatty acids. It is due to the phospholipid compound in its structure, and can provide cognitive improvement, although more research is needed. So that is the fourth ingredient in Brain Force Plus. Let's go to the fifth ingredient. This is from draxe.com. Goes on to say, what is phosphatidylserine? I cannot even pronounce this one. Phosphatidylserine, and why should you care? Goes on to say, helps bone matrix formation, cell repair and removal by the immune system, heartbeat coordination, hormone secretion by the adrenal glands, and testicular function. May improve symptoms of Alzheimer's disease, aids the slowdown of age-related cognitive decline, combats depression, improves Parkinson's disease symptoms, treats ADHD symptoms, and boosts athletic performance. So that is the fifth ingredient in Brain Force Plus. Now let's go to the sixth ingredient in Brain Force Plus, theanine. Theanine is calmness in a pill. Teasing apart theanine's effects. In a Japanese study in the Journal of Physiological Anthropology, college students who took L-theanine experienced less anxiety and had smaller increases in blood pressure when under psychological or physical stress than when they took a placebo. Similarly, another Japanese study in pharmacology, biochemistry, and behavior found that graduate students who took L-theanine experienced less anxiety as measured by a questionnaire and by the salivary marker for stress when they were assigned stressful work in a pharmacy compared to a placebo. In a Canadian study, an alternative medicine review, L-theanine improved some aspects of sleep quality in boys with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, ADHD. In a preliminary Israeli study in the Journal of Clinical Psychiatry, L-theanine helped relieve anxiety symptoms and augment antipsychotic treatment in patients 19 to 55 with schizophrenia. So that is from berkeleywellness.com, and that is L-theanine, the fifth ingredient in Brain Force Plus. Or wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sixth ingredient in Brain Force Plus. Then we have the seventh ingredient in Brain Force Plus. This is from livescience.com. Vitamin B12. Vitamin B12 deficiency and supplements. Of course, so many hundreds of thousands of people, millions of people in our country are vitamin B12 deficient. Goes on to say, does vitamin B12 boost health? Thanks to its association with the amino acid homocysteine, vitamin B12 is touted for its supposed ability to help several conditions. Someone with low vitamin B12 levels typically has high levels of homocysteine in the blood. High levels of homocysteine are commonly found in people with osteoporosis, dementia, heart disease, cognitive impairment, and depression. Wow. For example, one study of 5,522 people with vascular disease showed a vitamin B supplement did not reduce the risk of dying from a heart attack, but researchers assigned some volunteers to a placebo and others to a combination of folic acid, vitamin B6, and vitamin B12. Vitamins reduced homocysteine levels to in the study participants, but the placebo group and the group taking vitamins had a similar risk of dying from major cardiovascular events during the 5-year study. Let's see. I mean, vitamin B12, I don't even need to go over all the things that does. But low vitamin B12 levels are commonly found with other physical signs of mental decline, such as high homocysteine levels or low folate levels. And people diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease and dementia often have low B12 levels. However, studies, blah, 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 goes on to say... more studies are needed to determine whether B12 supplements can improve depression symptoms, but preliminary evidence suggests that depressed people respond better to treatment if they have healthy levels of vitamin B12. So obviously vitamin B12 is good for you. We don't need to really go over that. But that was from livescience.com. And then we have this one. Vitamin B12 deficiency can be sneaky and harmful. This is Harvard Health Publishing from Harvard Medical School. Goes on to say, sorry, got a pop-up there. Goes on to say, recognizing vitamin B12 deficiency can be slow to develop, causing symptoms to appear gradually and intensify over time. Some of these symptoms of vitamin B12 deficiency can include strange sensations, numbness or tingling in the hands, legs, and feet. Honestly, I get that sometimes when I'm not taking my B12. Difficulty walking, staggering, or balance problems, and anemia, which is thinning of the blood, swollen inflamed tongue, yellowed skin, jaundice, difficulty thinking and reasoning, cognitive difficulties or memory loss, paranoia or hallucinations, weakness or fatigue are all related to vitamin B12 deficiency. And that is the 7th ingredient in Brain Force Plus. Then we have one more article about vitamin B12, because you can also get Secret 12 at InfoWars Life, which is the best, the #1 oral vitamin B12 supplement that you can possibly find. It has methylcobalamin and adenosylcobalamin, and it is, you can absorb about 50% of it or so. It's still not as good as an injection, but it is extremely good, so they say. So go ahead and do your own research on that. But this is from the U.S. National Library of Medicine, National Institutes of Health, ncbi.nlm.nih.gov. This is a government research group. Neural enhancement with vitamin B12, underestimated neurological significance. Yep. Yeah, folks, so go ahead and look that up yourself. It goes on and on and on and on, and we could go over this for days. But let's go ahead and go to, we're going to show you this search. When you search for Brain Force InfoWars, you can see that it is sold on Amazon and numerous other places. And just look at these reviews. 583, 5 stars. 52, 5 stars. 192, 5 stars. So it is all 5-star reviews. Vice.com can talk crap all they want, but the sales are skyrocketing through the roof. And right now, if you go to InfoWarsStore.com, it is 50% off. It is only $19.95 for Christmas special, and it has all of those 7 ingredients that will extremely help you better your life and better your health, in my opinion. So go ahead and do your own research. This is 92% of people who get this would recommend it to a friend. 5,790 reviews, gives it 4.6 stars out of 5. That is unprecedented. There are barely any supplements that have those kind of ratings, but if you go to InfoWars Life, they almost all have 5-star ratings, so it's not a surprise because they find the best products that you can find. This is another one that I take every day. It's been helping me increase my muscle mass. Caveman True Paleo Formula. This one is one of my favorites. Got 93% of respondents would recommend it to a friend. 2,117 reviews with a 4.6 rating. Again, always extremely high in the reviews. So we will continue to cover things that I actually like and want to promote, because I take Brain Force every day, I take Caveman every day, and I take Nascent Iodine, the atomic form of iodine, Survival Shield X2 every day as well. And they all extremely have helped me build muscle mass, build cognitive function, and continue to do this show, Radio Bravery Live, every day. So that is my that's my spiel there about Paul Joseph Watson, to come to his defense, because it's either hang together or hang separate, and we're all on the same team of patriots and human beings here in America. So that is Brain Force Plus. Go and do your own research and check it out today. Now let's go and jump into some news. This is from ZeroHedge.com. Multiple injuries reported after car plows into central Melbourne shoppers in deliberate act. Driver arrested. More terrorism. This is a Australian citizen of Afghan descent with a history of drug problems, arrested in Melbourne, Australia. Of course, he's probably from the religion of peace, using his Suzuki SUV to drive into a crowd of downtown Christmas shoppers. What a loving jihadi. There was no attempt to brake, no attempt to swerve. Witness Krith Gath told The Age he saw 60 to 100 people crossing the intersection when a car traveling up to 70 kilometers, 43 miles per hour, headed for the crowd. After the incident, several bystanders stepped in to restrain the driver, who was known to police, while another man was arrested and let go after he was determined not to be involved. The motivations are unknown, but it's definitely not radical Islamic terrorism. So we'll continue to cover those stories as they break. This piece of garbage drove his car into a bunch of innocent pedestrians. Here is the article from Reuters.com. As Trump's historic tax bill passed yesterday, House gives final approval on tax bill delivering victory to Trump. The Republican-controlled U.S. House of Representatives gave final approval on Wednesday to the biggest overhaul in U.S. tax code in 30 years, sending a sweeping $1.5 trillion tax bill to President Donald Trump for his signature. The bill passed 224 to 201, and there was not one single Democrat that voted for it. And that is the problem with the Democratic Party, folks. They do not want to help this country. They do not want to work together. They do not want to work with anyone else. It's their way or the highway, and it's disgusting. It's anti-American, and these people need to be thrown out of their seats, because I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat, and you can call me it all you want, but you're a liar. You're a liar, and you're incorrect. I am a classical liberal. I am a libertarian. I am for freedom for everyone. That is my fact. That is my truth. And you can get your damn head out of the sand and stop calling me a Republican, because you are retarded. I am a liberal. I am a real liberal and a true progressive. And these people are fake liberals who will never vote for anything to help the American people. And that is the biggest problem with the Democratic Party right now, and that is why they are completely failing and falling apart. Like you see Al Franken getting kicked out of the Senate for sexual assault. You see numerous Democrats. There's been, I believe, 30 now Democrats that have been thrown out of their seats and jobs because of sexual harassment, because we're sick and tired of your anti-American ways. You can't even vote for something that might help the people. No way. This is John King now from CNN actually saying that this tax bill could be good for Americans. Yeah, folks, CNN is actually giving you real news. This is incredible. This is John King, CNN's John King. The Republican tax bill gives working class families damn good money. This is from CNN.com. So for all the folks out there who told me, oh, you're biased. Oh, you only look at one side. Oh, you're closed-minded. Really? Well, why am I going to CNN.com every day? Why am I going to the Washington Compost every day? Why did I just go to the Blaze and Vice? Because I am open-minded, and I don't know why I need to tell you that. The writing is on the wall right there. So this is John King from CNN.com agreeing with me and admitting that the tax bill is good for Americans. Here's that clip.
Counts go up. This is going to pass. You watched it. It passed the House yesterday. This is a minorly difference of technical adjustments because of the Senate parliamentary rules. As you watch this, the Republicans are making a big bet. They're taking a big risk. Will over time the American people say, oh, actually, I like having more money in my pocket. Oh, they did hire more people at the factory down the street. That's their big bet. Not one Democrat has voted for a bill that cuts taxes by $1.5 trillion. To Abby's point, if you're a working class family, a lot of people say, oh, it's only $200. Oh, it's only $300. If you're a working class family living paycheck to paycheck, $200, $300 is damn good money, and you are grateful for it. Are the Democrats taking a risk? Especially those from Trump states. There's 10 Democrats up next year from Trump states. Is this...
There's John King from CNN admitting that it is damn good money for working class families. And CNN actually giving you real news. Now here's Trump
an amazing
tax reform
experience,
speech.
I have to tell you. Hasn't been done in 34 years, but actually really hasn't been done because we broke every record. It's the largest, I always say the most massive, but it's the largest tax cut in the history of our country. And reform, but tax cut. Really something special. And I noticed this just came out 2 minutes ago. They handed it to me. AT&T plans to increase U.S. capital spending $1 billion and provide $1,000 special bonus to more than 200,000 U.S. employees, and that's because of what we did. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. And I have a whole list of accomplishments that the group behind me have done in terms of this administration and this Congress, but you've heard it before. Records all over the place, and that will continue, and then some because of what we did. But
no one wants to listen to this speech. No one wants to listen to the truth. Everyone wants to ask you, what's Trump doing? What's Trump doing? Well, why don't you listen? Why don't you listen to this? This is Trump's speech on tax reform.
$3.2 trillion, just think of it, in tax cuts for American families, including doubling the standard deduction and doubling the child tax credit. The typical family...
Doubling the standard deduction, doubling the child tax credit. Those are two things.
Earning $75,000 will see an income tax cut of more than $2,000. They're going to have $2,000.
Anybody making $75,000 or less will see an increase $2,000 in their taxes.
And that's, in my opinion, going to be less than the average. You're going to have a lot more than that.
You're going to have a lot more than that, folks.
One thing very important for the farmers, the great farmers and the great small business owners that were forced to sell their businesses at bargain basement numbers.
Who could
we have provided for the most part
Why could no Democrat
estate
vote
taxes
for this?
wiped out so they can keep their farms in the family, and that to me is a very big factor. Very big.
Yeah, Alex Jones brought up a great point. The only group of people in America that have a higher suicide rate than our military are our farmers, and that is devastatingly horrible, and we need to change that, and this tax bill is a start.
This is going to mean companies are going to be coming back. You know, I campaigned on the fact that we're not going to lose our companies anymore. They're going to stay in our country, and they're going to stay in our country. And you've been seeing what's been happening even at this prospect. But they have tremendous enthusiasm right now in this country, and we have companies pouring back into our country, and that means
All right, so that was a clip of Trump's tax reform speech, but we've got to start jumping through the headlines here because I spent way too much time on that brain force subject. Here is FoxNews.com. Hell freezes over. Media starts to admit that Trump's first year isn't a flop. That is an incredible headline. Go and check that out for yourself. The media is finally admitting that his first year has been incredible. Here is newswars.com. Obama Hezbollah conspiracy demands investigation, says Congressman. Congressman Robert Pittenger is calling for a formal investigation into the Obama administration's alleged interference in a multi-agency investigation targeting Hezbollah's illegal drug dealing, money laundering, and arms running. Yeah. On Monday, Pittenger sent a letter to Chairman Trey Gowdy on the House Committee of Oversight and Government Reform, urging the body to look into allegations reported by Politico over the weekend that revealed the Obama administration shielded Hezbollah from Drug Enforcement Administration's Project Cassandra. And I covered that just the other day on Radio Bravery Live, youtube.com/RadioBravery. Obama protected Hezbollah drug cartels. That was the headline of the report on Radio Bravery Live. And that brings me to this Daily Caller article, dailycaller.com. Israeli politicians demand Obama forfeit Nobel Peace Prize after Hezbollah report. Absolutely. This is so, this is evergreen, and this is such a great thing to be happening right now. The report alleges the Obama administration let terrorists walk free and halted law enforcement efforts against Hezbollah to help cement the former president's foreign policy achievements. And now Israeli officials are demanding that Obama give his Nobel Peace Prize back, and I am with him. He never deserved it in the first place. He's a traitor, and he's the worst president we have ever had. And now we have this article from Infowars.com. Rand Paul calls for investigation into Obama loyalists who colluded against Trump. This could be worse than Watergate. Senator Paul called for an investigation into the Obama officials that actively tried to prevent Trump from being elected. Paul said on Twitter, "Time to investigate high-ranking Obama government officials who might have colluded to prevent the election of real Donald Trump. This could be worse than Watergate." Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Peter Strzok discussed an insurance policy in case Donald Trump won the presidential election in exchange with a lawyer, Lisa Page, and almost certainly with Deputy FBI Director Andy McCabe. Later in a text from August 15th, Strzok tells Page, "I want to believe the path you threw out for consideration in Andy's office," an apparent reference to Deputy FBI Director Andy McCabe, that there's no way he gets elected, but I'm afraid we can't take that risk. It's like an insurance policy in the unlikely event you die before you're 40. Yeah, so that is Peter Strzok, the former deputy director of the FBI, texting a lawyer, Lisa Page, that they can't just take that risk of Trump being elected on his own and letting the American people decide, nope, there's no way he gets elected, but I'm afraid we can't take that risk. Yeah, that is actual collusion, that is actual treason, folks, against the American people, and it is sickening that this is going on. Now let's go ahead and jump to this ZeroHedge.com article. Illinois lost one resident every 4.3 minutes in 2017. Really, dropped to the 6th most populous state. Every 4.3 minutes in 2017, Illinois was losing a resident. And I think it probably has something to do with the gun genocide that's going on in Chicago. Absolutely amazing, absolutely incredible headline right there. That's from the net population by state 2016 to 2017. Illinois pension funding ratio sinks to 37.6 as unfunded liabilities surge to $130 billion. Illinois unpaid vendor backlog hits new record at over $16 billion. The state of Illinois is past the point of no return. What the hell is going on in Chicago? And other highlights from Trump's speech to FBI grads. It's amazing. It's so horrible down there. It's a damn hellhole. And the violence is out of control, but we don't need UN troops in there, that's for sure. Now let's jump to this Axios.com article. Walmart planning a cashierless store. Oh, I told you this was coming. For years I've been telling you this was coming. Walmart's NYC-based innovation center is experimenting with a cashierless store concept called Project Kepler, which aims to reimagine the in-store shopping experience with the help of technologies like computer vision. Project Kepler is in part aimed at creating a store that would feature no checkout lines or cashiers, but use computer vision to detect which product customers leave the store with and charge their accounts accordingly. Amazon is also experimenting without cashiers, while roughly 3.5 million Americans operate cash registers for a living. Recode also reports that Walmart's new startup subsidiary called Code 8 is experimenting with high personalized one-on-one shopping experiences that will be marketed to busy NYC moms. 3.5 million Americans would be out of jobs if we went through with this type of technology, and that is the double-edged sword of so many of the technology that's coming out today. So much of the technology that's coming out now. 3.5 million jobs would be lost if we went with these automated AI systems. Now let's move to this article from NewYorkDailyNews.com, NY Daily News. Meryl Streep #SheKnew posters are now popping up in Los Angeles amid backlash over Harvey Weinstein comments. I love it. I love it. Posters showing the Post actress standing with disgraced producer Harvey Weinstein having been popping up in Los Angeles. She knew over Meryl Streep's eyes. Oh, I love it. I love it. Oh, yeah, she definitely knew, and she defended him for years, calling him God and numerous other things. I'm going to go ahead and show you this this amazing poster that's come out as they're popping up all over LA. And I think little Birdie might start putting these, might have these posters coming up in Portland as well. Look at that. She knew. Yes, she did, folks. Yes, she did. She did know, and she defended him just like Hillary Clinton. While Hillary Clinton and the Clinton Foundation took millions of dollars from Harvey Weinstein, oh, she knew all right. Dude, these posters are incredible. I love them. I love it. I love it. I want to commend the activists that are putting up these posters against the trash Meryl Streep, the failing loser, life's loser, Meryl Streep. Oh, she knew. She knew. Oh, I love it. So let's get rid of this display capture here, and we'll move to the next article. Let's see. This is that also reminds me. Here's the CBSLocal.com, Miami.cbslocal.com. Absolutely terrified. Harvey Weinstein's assistant breaks her silence. That is a new article about Harvey Weinstein, and of course now there have been over 80 accusers of Harvey Weinstein sexually assaulting and raping numerous women. Then we have this one from Yonhap News Agency. North Korean soldier flees to South Korea via DMZ. This is another defectant from North Korea trying to escape through the DMZ, demilitarized zone. And South Korean soldiers fired 20-something warning shots at North Korean troops. I believe the the man did get across the border and escaped, and that's it's incredible as this happens daily now. Then we've got this article from Infowars.com. This is from Mikhail Thalen at Infowars.com. North Korea testing anthrax warheads for intercontinental ballistic missiles. Trump national security strategy says Pyongyang pursuing chemical and biological weapons which could be delivered by missile. According to a report in Japan's Asahi newspaper, Tuesday, an unidentified person connected to South Korean intelligence stated Pyongyang is determining whether the biological weapon can survive the high temperatures associated with a warhead's reentry from space. The report, which indicated the Trump administration was aware of the test, came just one day after the White House said its national security strategy that North Korea was pursuing chemical and biological weapons could be delivered by missile. North Korea, a country that starves its own people, has spent hundreds of millions of dollars on nuclear, chemical, and biological weapons that could threaten our homeland, the report said. According to estimates from the South Korean government, Pyongyang is believed to possess a stockpile of between 2,500 tons and 5,000 tons of chemical weapons. In late November, North Korea fired a new HWA-Sung-15 ICBM that reached an altitude of roughly 4,475 kilometers or 2,780 miles and traveled 950 kilometers or 590 miles during its 53-minute flight. Yes, so this is pretty troubling. They're thinking about adding anthrax to these missiles, which could be delivered intercontinentally, and that is just sickening. That country is just falling apart, and they are really poking the bear, and it's really not going to go well for them. Here's Newsweek.com. Eating salad every day keeps brains 11 years younger. And prevents dementia, study shows. Now, I mainly cover this because I am not very good at eating my greens, but I definitely need to, and that is my New Year's resolution, to eat more salads, because I'm trying to make my body great again, and I'm trying to get healthier, bigger, stronger, and mentally sound. So eating salad every day keeps brains 11 years younger and prevents dementia, a new study shows. That's from Newsweek.com. Then we've got the London Telegraph, telegraph.co.uk. Japan warns of impending megaquake as large as one that caused Fukushima meltdown. And that is very, very scary indeed. So we're going to continue to watch that as it develops. The government's Earthquake Research Committee predicted a 70% chance of a magnitude 8 to 8.6 earthquake hitting the Nemuro area in eastern Hokkaido within this timescale. The panel also cited a 70 to 40% likelihood of a magnitude 9 earthquake across the eastern Hokkaido region within the next 3 decades, with potential impact on nearby Aomori Prefecture, home of many nuclear power plants. So this is very troubling. We know Fukushima fallout is still continuing today, and it's not being covered at all in the news, but that is very worrisome. Now let's go to the WashingtonTimes.com. Judge declares judge declares mistrial in Cliven Bundy case. Mistrial bolsters Bundy's claims of federal persecution, gives prosecutors black eye. A new trial is scheduled for February. A new trial is scheduled for February in the 2014 Nevada standoff. This is from yesterday, out of the Washington Times. Nevada rancher Cliven Bundy has long maintained that the federal government is persecuting him, and Wednesday's mistrial over prosecutorial misconduct did nothing to dispel that notion. So we finally have a mistrial for Cliven Bundy, and that is incredibly great news. We have this article from Infowars.com that you should or I'll pull it up so you can actually check out this picture, because this is just absolutely weird. Disney is losing their minds. Disney accused of putting Trump wig on Hillary animatronic. Why does Trump animatronic look like Hillary Clinton? Disney is accused of quickly revamping a Hillary Clinton animatronic to look like President Trump after viewers noticed its facial features match Clinton's. Disney built the animatronic for its Hall of Presidents exhibit as Walt Disney World, but just compared the animatronic to Clinton. Wow, that is so extremely weird and creepy. And this is the picture they put on their Hall of Presidents. Some muted form animatronic picture of Clinton and Trump together. What a weird thing. Disney is absolutely going nuts. I don't even know what to say about that one. And then the last article we're going to cover here on Radio Bravery Live. Please subscribe today, youtube.com/RadioBravery. This is newswars.com. Twitter exec, no longer possible to stand up for all speech. The social media site does not believe in free speech at all. One day after Twitter implemented its vamped-up crackdown on hateful conduct and abusive behavior, an executive for the social network said it is no longer possible to stand up for all speech. Walking back the attitude of the social network once had for free expression, Sinead McSweeney, Twitter's vice president for public policy and communications in Europe, explained the new shift that the company is taking. Quote, I look back over the last 5.5 years and the answers I would have given to some of those questions 5 years ago were very different, Sweeney told British politicians and other social media executives on Tuesday. Twitter was in a place where it believed the most effective antidote to bad speech was good speech. It was very much John Stuart Mill's style philosophy. After claiming that the world has changed, the Twitter executive went on to say, we've had to go on a journey with it, and we've realized it is no longer possible to stand up for all speech in the hopes society will become a better place because racism will be challenged, or homophobia will be challenged, or extremism will be challenged. So Twitter now admits they no longer are a platform for free speech at all. So I suggest everybody go to Gab and other platforms and exit Twitter. The Twitter exodus has begun. You are digging your own grave, Twitter. Go right ahead, and you better not censor our president, because that will be the absolute death of the website, Twitter. So this has been Radio Bravery Live. I'm your host, Justin Bellshaw. youtube.com/RadioBravery, facebook.com/RadioBravery. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at RadioBravery, at least for now, before the exodus. We'll see when I get censored. I'm sure it's going to happen soon. But the beta site is also radiobravery.wixsite.com/news. Thank you so much for joining me on this very special, jam-packed edition of Radio Bravery Live. I will be back tomorrow with another special report, and the day after that, and the day after that, because I love you and I want to empower you with knowledge and headlines and anything I can, because that is what we like to do here. I want you to do your own research, think for yourself, don't trust me, trust your gut, and of course, knowledge is power, no pseudo-intellectuals here, just real news. Thank you so much for joining me on Radio Bravery Live. Again, I'm Justin Bellshaw. Please, 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 please subscribe today, youtube.com/RadioBravery. I would very much appreciate it, and it will help the new year. It will help us expand even more and be live more. So we've got The Heavy taking us out with one of my favorite songs right now, How Do You Like Me Now? And that is the real question. See you tomorrow. I love you.
Now you need to know. See, I've been a bad man, and I'm in deep. Yeah, I found a brand new
America first.
love for this man, and can't wait till you see. I can't wait. So how you like me now? How you like me now?
How do you like me now, folks? youtube.com/RadioBravery. I'm Justin Bellshaw. This is Radio Bravery